fun to attack running the offense and getting to know guys and our coaches. So that process started on day one. And even over the last few weeks, like you said, getting called up, I think the job of a quarterback or of any guy on this team is to prepare like you're playing, you know what I mean? So I think that's helped me in that transition of getting called up.
Obviously, a guy like Mac, when he was in OTAs and had been here for a little while, he's like, hey, I'm still trying to figure all this out, still, understandably. I mean, I'm sure you kind of have to be similar in that process. I guess, how would you describe how much you think you've absorbed of this offense and how much you can handle?
Yeah, well, I feel confident, obviously, and I think that process happens every week when you go through a game plan, starting on Monday and then Wednesday, the first real practice, and you're absorbing the game plan, and it's a process. Today's, what is it? It's Friday at 2:37, and we don't play until Sunday at 4:25. You know what I mean? So you take up all the time you can in processing and understanding our game plan, what they're trying to do, and I feel confident.
The man put some pants on.
Come on, bro.
Given the situation ahead of you with the guys, both those guys being injured, have you had to accelerate your learning process?
I wouldn't phrase it that way. Like I said, I think since day one, I've accelerated that process. It's there's an urgency there, and that's just part of it.
That's been there from the beginning.
Definitely.
Can you give us an idea of just what the UFL did for you and your confidence and your career?
Yeah. Well, I love the UFL, and I think it's a league that is necessary and a league that gave me an opportunity to bounce back. I make a joke when people ask me about it. I call it professional JUCO, but it really is like bounce backs. There's first-round picks, third-round picks, undrafted guys like myself, and UFL gave me an opportunity to play 12 games, show what I can do, and show that I'm an NFL guy. So it was an awesome experience. Obviously, a lot of close friends and teammates from it, and we won, so that was a lot of fun too.
Adrian, when Mac was on the ground last week grabbing at his leg, most people assumed, okay, time for Adrian Martinez to play. What are you thinking there on the sideline?
Yeah, well, I'm right there with you. I was like, okay, it's time to go in.
Yeah.
And, that was the assumption I had after that moment. And then Mac, the warrior he is, he gets up, he fist pumps the crowd and comes running to the sideline. So that's my guy, so it's awesome to see him getting up like that. And I was ready, and would be ready. And that's part of my role.
Are the emotions like excitement, butterflies?
There's always excitement.
Yeah.
And I think if you don't have a couple butterflies, you're not human. You know what I mean? Like this is the NFL. This is playing football, and whether I was playing in Pop Warner or at Nebraska or K-State or the UFL, like I'm excited to go out there and play. I think it's as simple as that.
How much have you learned from Brock and Mac?
Yeah, it's a fun room. This is the first room where we're all like around the same age, so it's pretty cool that way. We have similar experiences that way, and they both played a lot of football, a lot of NFL football. So they have valuable insight, and how they see the game is always interesting for me.
So the rookies have talked about going out to dinner. There's obviously that age commonality there. Is that the same kind of dynamic in the QB room where you guys can even hang out off the field?
Oh yeah, I'd say so. I think we've developed a pretty good camaraderie. I mean, I've only been here 5 weeks or so, but it wasn't hard to assimilate. I think those guys make it easy in the room. I think Nick Lombardi does a great job of kind of establishing that culture, and obviously what this team and organization does in general. You get that feel coming into the locker room that it's a brotherhood.
How did Mick look on tape with some of the passes he had to throw yesterday?
Hey, Mick played quarterback in college, right? So he can sling it a little bit.
You have a lot of zone read experience, obviously, and this team hasn't had much of that since Trey left. But I guess, can you just your history as that type of a quarterback that can run the ball as well as throw?
Yeah, I think that's always a big part of my game. That's there at the ready, and again, if that opportunity comes up, I'll definitely be ready to run a few of those.